Hi everybody, welcome back in. Listen family, I'm going to dive right into this video again today, but before we do that, I hope your day is going good. I hope you are having a really amazing day, family. People are calling you cold, or people are going to call you cold. People will call you cold because you are simply done with their shenanigans. Whenever you get sick and tired, whenever you put your foot down, whenever you draw the line in the sand, you have drawn the line in the sand. You put your foot down and you tried to tell people. They didn't believe you. Now God is going to show them. People will call you cold. People will call you heartless. People will call you everything but a child of God whenever you take refuge in God and when you go within and begin to do the inner work within yourself to heal. But you're not cold, you're not insensitive, you're unbothered and you're unfazed, and you are simply fed up with people's shenanigans. You are so fed up with the mischief from other people that your tolerance for mischief is no more. And I don't want you to allow any of these things to gain your focus, because it's sent for you for a distraction. This is between you and God. Let me tell you something, family. This is between you and God. And the enemy will always use people that are close to us. Always, always, always. He'll use anything and he'll use anybody. But he's always going to use the people that are close to us, the people that we're attached to, the people that we bonded with, the people that we've created history with. Why does he use these people? Because he knows it's going to affect you the most. People knew they would affect you the most, so they thought. You know, God is going to put a lot of people in their place. You know, God is going to show people, really, family, I'm so serious. It's not humorous, but just to think of the mentality that some people had towards you, it is so silly. You know, people thought, family of God, that you didn't have any courage. They thought you didn't have any strength. Some people thought you were weak. They thought you were weak, family of God, because you kept giving chances. No, you gave chances because that's just the kind of person you are. And you know, whenever you make up in your mind to do something, that is done. You're not the type of person that to go back and forth. But now people are going to call you cold. Now people are going to call you everything except, like I said, a child of God. But you can't care. You can't get any of these things your attention. Don't give any of this your attention. Don't do that. Because it's all designed to do exactly what it's trying to do. That is to take your focus. That is to gain your focus so that you can get distracted, so that you can stop moving. Don't stop moving. Don't let life stop you from moving. This is between you and God. The purpose, your kingdom assignment, this is between you and God. You know, people know you're done. So they'll spread lies. They'll try to assassinate your character. They're going to try to do everything that they can because they look bad now. They once did their best to make you look bad in the eyes of people, but now people are learning who that manipulator was, who that deceiver was, excuse me. Now people are going to really understand what kind of person that you had attached to you. And I don't want you to stay focused on what people do to you and how they do it to you. And if people believe the lies is going to die. The lie is going to die. The lie is going to fizzle. See, God is going to give you justice. All you have to do is just sit. Just sit and let God do his job. He doesn't need us to do his job. He doesn't. Just sit and let God do his job. God is going to unmask people. He's going to bring light to situations. God is going to reveal the truth. All these hidden things, God is going to expose all these secret things, all these things that people did to undermine you, to hurt you, all these things that people have done to cause other people to view you in not so good light. All the things that people have done to cause another individual not to care about you, who don't even like you. You know, that's what the Bible means when he says sowing discord between your brother and your sister. God doesn't like for us to sow discord, because people will not like you based on the enviousness and the jealousy of other people. And I'm sure you've experienced that. But God is going to give you justice. You just keep waking up and saying good morning. You just keep waking up and giving God praise. You just keep waking up and you holding your peace. You keep waking up and giving your problems to God. You keep waking up, holding your peace, and letting God fight your battles, because God is fighting your battles. This is a battle between you and God. It doesn't matter what opposition that you face. It doesn't matter what comes your way. This is between you and God has already won the battle. So pray. Whenever you don't know what to do, family of God, you know what you need to do? You need to pray. Whenever you come up against opposition, whenever you can't see your way out, what do you need to do? You need to pray. Whenever your finances has went to zero, whenever you're on empty, whenever you're running on red, whenever you don't know which way to take, what path to go, what do you need to do? You need to pray. We need to always pray and not to give up. You're not cold. You're just tired of people's shenanigans. You're not a cold-hearted person. And one thing about people, they know you're not cold. The lies that people tell, they know they're not telling the truth on you. This is the sad part about humanity. You know, people know they're lying on you. People know the things they're saying about you to other people. They know that it's not true, and they know the damage that it is doing to you temporarily. It's going to do some damage temporarily, but God is going to come in, and God is going to sweep all these things clean, and God is going to expose the culprits. But don't focus on that. You focus on where you're going. You focus on what's ahead of you and what's not behind you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, family of God. You are loving people. You're giving people. And don't think it's strange whenever you go through different trials. Don't think something strange is happening to you whenever you're going through different opposition. It's nothing strange that is happening to you. This is showing you how close you are to a miracle. This is showing you how close that you are to a breakthrough. People will regret for putting their mouth on you. People will regret for the lies that they've spewed, because they're going to eat that. Whatever they dish, they're going to eat it. You don't have to wish. You don't have to hope. And you don't even have to pray that God will make these people get what they gave you. It's a kingdom principle. Whatsoever a man sow, that shall he or she reap. God tells us don't be deceived. He said, I'm not going to be mocked. God said, I'm not going to be mocked. God said, don't get this wrong. This is what God is telling people. Don't get this wrong. I see everything that you do. I hear everything that you say. I am right there in the midst when you're plotting, when you're lying, when you're scheming, when you're manipulating against my child. But God said, I want you to know that everything that you're doing, all the effort that people are putting into trying to destroy you, it'll never work. And they put all that effort into destroying themselves, and it's going to work against them. And it's not going to work against you. It's not. So let people call you cold. Let people say, let people tell other people that you think you're better. What else can they say? They've lost. What else can they say? They're supposed to say that because they are defeated and you are undefeated. They know they were on the right team, but they've lost the opportunity to be a part of your team again. So what else are people left to do when they are operating in the kingdom of darkness and when they are prideful people? They stick to the lie. They die with the lie. They pretend that they don't care. Oh, they care. This is why people are still singing your name. How many years ago? Count it. How many years ago? And people are still singing your name. They're not over you, family of God. See, that's the grief of not doing right by you when they know they should have. See, that is the regret talking from people. Knowing that the opportunity that they had and they missed that opportunity with you. People are talking from regret. This is why people lie on you. This is why people spread lies on you. This is why people talk bad about you. This is why people smile in your face and they talk bad behind your back. This is why, because they're talking from regret. They know that they can do nothing, family, to change your mind. So instead of doing the right thing, they would rather pretend and show a false pretense to other people. This is why people call you cold, because they're speaking from regret. But it's too late. You tried to tell a lot of people, but they didn't believe you. So God said, let me show you. See, this is why sometimes God doesn't come in and shut people's mouths up at the moment that they spew lies and hate and envy and jealous against you. The reason why God does this is because he's giving people an opportunity to get it together. God gave these people an opportunity to get it together, but they didn't. You got yourself together, and people don't like the fact that you got yourself together. They didn't believe that you would do it. Nevertheless, they thought you could. They didn't think you could do it, and they never thought that you would. Now you are living out the things that you said you were going to do. People are scratching their head. They're beside themselves. See, God has to pull you back. God has to snatch you away from things. God has to snatch you out of the environment with people so you can be seen. Does that make sense? He has to remove you so you can be seen. People won't see your value until God remove you. People won't see your worth until God remove you. People didn't see your worth. People didn't see your value. People really didn't know what you brought to the table. They didn't see how much you brought to the table until God removed you permanently. God has removed you permanently. See, they thought it was temporary. See, this was their pride and their ego talking. Oh no, this is permanent. Oh, there's no coming back from this. There's no temporary in this situation. With your presence being in the midst of some people, oh, they'll never get the opportunity to grace your presence. So now they're going to call you cold. Now they're going to tell other people that you think you better. Dismiss this, family. I want you all to dismiss these things if you're not. I don't want you to try to defend who you are. That's God's job. I don't want you to try to defend your reputation. Don't try to defend your own name. Don't try to stand up for yourself and defend yourself in the midst of hateful people, envious people, jealous people. That is God's job. God is going to get in the midst of your situation, and God is going to change your situation. God is going to get in the midst of your problem, and God is going to transform your whole life. You wanted a breakthrough. You wanted a miracle, so this is how it's going to come. You ask God to open doors for you that people shut in your face. God said, this is how that door is going to be open. God said, I gave you keys. Keys donate power. Keys donate authority. He gave it to you. Use it. Keys donate power, and keys donate authority. They represent the power, the kingdom authority that you do have. So use those keys. Keys represent access as well. God has given you access, family. You have everything that you need. If you needed something else, God would have given it to you. If you needed more, don't you know God would have gave you more? You didn't need it. You have just enough right now to do what you need to get done. You do. You are a seed walking. And don't never forget it. And don't plant yourself in soil that is unfruitful. Don't plant yourself in an environment that is unfruitful. And don't have an itching ear. You know, having an itching ear will hinder our growth. It will hinder our productivity, and it's going to hinder the blessing that God wants to give you. Because once you hear truth, sometimes truth hurts. But the Bible tells us, God lets us know that we shall know the truth, and the truth will make us free. Truth may be hard to hear. It might be. Truth is hard to hear sometimes. But receive the truth that you hear. Don't keep running from person to person to person. You're praying and asking God to give you an answer. You're praying and asking God to give you a solution, and He's letting you hear it. And just because you don't like the truth that you hear, the devil's going to cause you to shut down the truth that you need, that God sent your way, and you're going to go to someone else, and you're going to keep going to person after person after person because you have an itching ear. and the devil's going to destroy you. Don't have an itching ear going from person to person to person so they can tell you what you want to hear. You don't need to have anybody in your environment that tell you exactly what you want to hear. We don't need to be in the company of people who always clap for us, who always applaud for us. We don't need to be in the company of people who always say we did a good job, and they can't be honest enough with us to tell us that our attitude is nasty and that wasn't the right thing, Nikki, that you did. I have to have people in my company that way. You don't want people that's so intimidated by your presence that they're afraid to tell you the truth. That's not a true friend. A true friend is going to tell you like it is. But guess what? They're going to tell you in love. You tried to tell people in love, but they didn't believe you. You tried your best, and I want you to know your best was good enough. But you just had the wrong person. You were in the wrong place doing the right thing. You were in the wrong place doing the right thing. You were with the wrong person doing the wrong thing. You were with the wrong people and doing the right thing. So God has to reroute you to get you to the place. God is rerouting you, family, to get you to the place where you need to be. You want to bear fruit. You want to be blessed. You want to be happy. You want to be prosperous. So God said, untie my hands. Get out of my way. I'm answering your prayers. But you got to discern that God is answering your prayers. He may not answer our prayers in the way we think he should, but God has so many ways to get us from point A to point B. He has so many ways to answer our prayers. Removing things, God answers prayers. And sometimes God won't remove us, not always. And sometimes he won't remove people. Sometimes he will. And sometimes God won't even change our situation. He won't always. Sometimes God won't always change our environment. Sometimes God will change us. God is changing you. And you are going to be the change for that environment. God is going to teach you how to operate in a chaotic environment. God is going to teach you how to deal with problematic people. You are a solution to somebody's problems. You are a solution. Did you know that? God is changing you. God is changing you from the inside out. This is between you and God. You are unbothered and you are unfazed. You can't be duplicated. And people will call you cold. Let them call you cold. You're done with their shenanigans and they know it. They don't know what else to say to you. They don't know what else to say about you, family of God. So they want to take all the attention off of them and put it on you. But God is going to expose all this. Keep yourself focused on where you're going. Don't look back. There's nothing behind you that you need. Nothing. There's nothing behind you that you need, because if anything that you needed was behind you, God would allow it to come into your present moment. You don't need it. God removed it. Now when God remove it, don't put it back. When God remove you, don't you run back. Doesn't matter how good it looks, how good it sounds. It doesn't matter how good that opportunity looked to you. If God snatched you up out of that place, don't you dare go back. Because God knows the end. He knows the end, and you can't see the end. And he loves you enough, family. So when you get removed from a place, don't go back. We love you here. We'll talk later if it's God's will. Thank all of you, family, for what you all do on our channel. Don't engage in negativity. You keep elevating. You keep soaring. And the more you soar, the more levels that God increase you, the more devils you got to fight. So always remain a house of power. And you become a house of power by being a house of prayer. The more you pray, the more powerful you're going to become. The less you pray, the less powerful that you are going to become. I pray that if you need to be delivered from the opinions of people, I pray today you will be delivered from the opinions of people. Opinions of people are just that. They are opinions. So don't let their opinions matter to your life. But they can't change anything in your life. What is an opinion of another person? They can't change your future. They didn't create your future. And they can't manipulate it. I don't care what you do in the kingdom of darkness. You're manipulating your own life and your own children. You're causing a curse upon your children. The second, third, and the fourth generation. Whenever your hands is dirty and you operate in the kingdom of darkness, people are dealing with things that they're going to wish to God they never touched. They have a form of godliness, but they're denying the power within. And God is going to expose that. We're not perfect people. We're not without fault. We're not without error. None of us are. But we are perfect. We are complete in the Lord, Yahweh, Yeshua. We are. You're so done with people's shenanigans, and they don't like it. They don't like the fact, family of God, that they've been found out by you. You're done with their mischief. You're done with all these things. You see straight through people. You can see straight through people. You hear me, family of God? You all have a gift that God gave you. You did. And people are afraid of the gift that you have. So instead of respecting the gift that you have because they don't understand it, people are going to talk against your gift. So let them talk against their gift. When God gets done giving them a spiritual whipping, they're going to be humbled, just like King Nebuchadnezzar. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like and share our videos. Keep liking them. Keep sharing them, because we want to continue to reach as many people as we can that are hurting and that are broken. Know that when we are hurt, when we are broken, God draws nigh to us. Here on our channel, you're going to grow. You're going to get the truth. And we're going to give you solutions in God's kingdom. Kingdom principles is your way out. Don't look from the outside to get whatever you need. Everything you need is on the inside of you. Go within. Tap within. You're powerful. And you're all you need. If you need more, God is going to give you more. God is going to give you a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over blessing. Today is one of the best days. Don't forget the feast that we celebrated, Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. God is going to bless your socks off. You've been faithful. To those of you who have been faithful, God is going to be there for you. I love you, family. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.